President Buhari says military successes project Nigeria as regional power. IGP orders 24-hour security arrangement, patrols nationwide. Governor Makinde inaugurates anti-corruption agency in Oyo State. On entertainment, former OAU student accuses filmmaker Afolayan of stealing citation story. Details of these and more after this break. I am Esther Mohammed. Now the news in detail. President Muhammad Buhari says the many successes of the Nigerian military in peacekeeping missions in many West African countries have helped to project Nigeria as a reliable regional power. President Buhari stated this on Thursday during the induction ceremony of Mi-171 combat helicopter and commissioning of reactivated Hel-39ZA aircraft by the Nigerian Police Force. Buhari, who joins the ceremony virtually from the Aso Rock in Abuja, said the Air Force has contributed greatly in neutralizing bandits and terrorists in the northeast and northwest parts of the country. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has ordered 24-hour security arrangement and high visibility patrols in all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory ahead of the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The IGP gave the directives to all Assistant Inspectors General of Police and Commissioners of Police in charge of zonal and state commands nationwide to ensure a peaceful celebration. This was made known in a statement signed on Thursday by the force spokesperson, Frank Mba. The IGP equally directed the strategic officers to ensure deployment of intelligence and other operational assets of the force, particularly on major highways, airports, railway stations, recreational centers, motor parks, places of worship, financial institutions, amongst others. They are also to ensure that personnel deployed are adequately supervised for the utmost professionalism in the discharge of their duties. He warned that acts bordering on indiscipline, extortion, and intimidation of travelers and other road users will not be condoned. The National Association of Nigerian Students said its members would embark on a mass protest should the Academic Staff Union of Universities resume its just suspended strike. NAS President Sunday Asefun stated this in an interview on Thursday. He said it is embarrassing for ASU to threaten a first strike after wasting the academic time of Nigerian students for 9 months. The NAS president urged the federal government to be committed to fulfilling its agreement with ASU, while ASU must be cautioned to go on strike. Recall ASU National President Abiodun Ogunyemi on Wednesday in Abuja conditionally suspended its 9-month-long strike after a lot of foot dragging in negotiations by the federal government and the lecturers. Ogunyemi, who said the suspension of the strike takes effect from Thursday, had also warned that the union would resume the industrial action without notice if the government failed in meeting its parts of the agreement. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control said over 100 million Nigerians would have received the COVID-19 vaccine by March 2021. This was stated by the NCDC Director General Chike while speaking during an interview on Thursday. Chike expressed confidence in the COVID-19 vaccine, saying Nigeria has been able to eliminate polio and fight smallpox through vaccines. The NCDC DG said efforts to educate Nigerians on the benefits of the vaccines are currently going on around the country. The news continues right after this break. Please stay with us.
seconds. There's a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back to the news. The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has inaugurated the State Anti-Corruption Commission with a strong warning and mandate for zero tolerance for corrupt practices. The board is made up of 7 members, led by the chairman, Justice Eni Song, a retired judge and former president of Oyo State Customary Court of Appeal, while the secretary of the board is Ibrahim Oyemola Tijani, the director, Ministry of Justice. The governor, while inaugurating the board of the commission in Ibadan, the state capital, said the commission would have no political bias. The governor warned against all forms of corrupt practices, noting that the establishment of the agency was to sanitize the public as well as civil service and ensure that everyone carries out their responsibilities without corruption. The bill for the establishment of the agency was forwarded to the House of Assembly shortly after Makinde assumed office in 2019. An Abuja High Court presided over by Justice K.N. Ogbonnaya has issued a garnishee order against the Benue State government funds in all the state accounts and those of its parastatals over a judgment debt of 1.148 billion naira. Affected by the order were 23 bank accounts being operated by the state government and its parastatals in 7 commercial banks. Briefing newsmen on Thursday in Makadi about the development, Commissioner for Information Ugunnam Adigim and his counterpart in the Ministry of Justice, Michael Gusa, said the order had crippled all activities in the state. The applicants were said to have approached the court for a leave to enforce the judgment of the Benue State High Court in a suit. Adigim explained that the matter arose when, in 2007, selected non-indigenous staff of the State University Basic Education Board were written and asked to return to their state and be absorbed into the respective civil state service. On his part, the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General Gusa said the state government had commenced the process of appealing the order in order to set it aside. Coming up in a moment on entertainment news, former OAU student accuses filmmaker Afolayan of stealing citation story. Stay with us.